You are now live. All right. Great. 12:01. We're like 1 minute delayed today. Okay. Oh, what's up with the chainsaw over there? So Patootie, she may not be making it into the picture. My cat over here, Patootie. She is already in Shavasana. So if that's something that you guys would like to do, you can certainly do that, and you can just listen. Happy Tuesday. Batman here with my trusted sidekick Robin. And then we have Jenna joining us today. Very happy to have you with us. We are expanding the porch. We are Batman and Robin are expanding the porch. We do have fun on this porch. Wonder Woman, that's for sure. Yes. Oh, everybody should come with their own superhero. Yeah. Wonder Woman. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me start over. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Batman, Robin, and Wonder Woman here. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, life would be really hard if we couldn't laugh at ourselves. So it's actually a really good and healthy for us to laugh at ourselves. Hopefully you chuckle over there to our little superhero humor here. So what was it that I wanted? So 50-50 today, lunch break. Playlist as usual this week. We're working with the 5-2 Walk With Me playlist. So feel free to find it. And start it. 3, 2, 1, now. And then just bring yourselves into your space. Hopefully you're taking a break from work. Just connecting with yourself, trying to create some space in your body, trying to connect with your breath, maybe connecting with us, you know, through the great line of energy. As I said, do let me know if you want to come practice. I will start plugging people into the schedule. So whatever works for you. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday going on right now. We'll see what that. We actually possibly could plug one more person in. So just do tell me, and then we'll see what happens. Finding your breath, noticing how the lungs lift as you inhale, how they contract as you exhale. Arriving on your mat exactly as you are. Checking in with whatever is floating around your space. How your day has been, how your week has been, how much the traffic picked up. Anything that shows up for you. Just be willing to look at it, regardless of its dynamic. Knowing that you are taking some time to care for your body, for your emotional state, so you can be a more effective participant in the society. Slowly drop the right cheek off to your right side, right shoulder. Drop it down, chin in towards the chest. Notice if you happen to lean in, feel the stretch through the back, shoulder to shoulder. Left cheek, find the left shoulder, pause there. Opening through the right side of the neck. And then back up to center. Let's do one more just like that, only in reverse order. Left cheek finds the left shoulder. Pull up through the right side of your neck. Drop the chin into the chest. Notice how your back, upper back, reacts to that. Each shoulder, even collarbones. And then back off to your right side, right shoulder, right cheek. And then back up in towards the center neutral. Finding your way forward onto your hands and knees. A little shift here, forward and backward. So not all the way to child's, but engage through your arms. Roll the eyes of the elbow forward. Dig a little bit with the fingertips into the mat. Maybe you manage to lift the knuckles. And then little forward, backward. Hollowing out the belly, engaging through the midsection, pulling the navel up against the spine. Notice if you can lengthen a little bit through the neck and crown of the head. So even if you come in forward, maybe you hug the shoulders in a little, but as you reach forward, the eyes of the elbows roll, and then you lengthen as if your neck is becoming longer. Finding a neutral here, tuck the toes, lift the hips, shift the weight into your legs, downward facing dog. Whoa. Pedal out the feet, lengthen through the arms, fire up the armpits. Check in with your body, notice where you find yourself. Notice what you need, where you need to go, or where you don't need to go. Honor what your body is telling you and what it's asking you to do. And if that means you slow down and you catch up with us later and you stay in a posture for a little longer than we do, feel free to do that. If you need to step it up a notch or dial it down a bit, the practice is yours. We're here to support you. Right leg lifts up and back, long bend your knee, flex your foot, open the hip. Keep the chest square towards the mat. Notice if the right shoulder has a tendency to lift. Just pause here for a moment. Breathe. Find some rhythm into your breath and keep that going. Inhale, straighten the right leg back out. Close the hip a little bit. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, crawl your chest up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more just like that. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps back, right knee grounds onto the mat. Inhale, arms rise up and over the head. Arms go down, frame the foot, exhale, step your left leg back, downward facing dog. Exhale here. Left leg lifts up and back, inhale, bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hip, pause. Again, left shoulder pressing down, chest stays square in towards the mat. Weight in the back, right heel. Notice how far back can you push yourself. Inhale, straighten your left leg out, close your hip a little bit. Step your left foot all the way in, step your right foot all the way in. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg steps back, left knee grounds. Inhale, arms rise over your head, lift through the chest. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Step your right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Step your right foot all the way in, step your left foot all the way in. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Listen, right leg lifts up, light vertical splits. Step your right foot back, your right knee grounds. Inhale, arms rise over your head. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot, listen. Half split, hips go back, shift. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog, step your left foot back. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg up and back. Step it all the way in, right leg follows. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Light vertical splits, left leg lifts up. Step your left foot back, left knee finds the mat. Arms rise up along the ears. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, hips go back, lift the chest towards the shin. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Beautiful. Inhale here out of your mouth. Let it go. One more just like that. Breath in. Out of your mouth, lengthen through the legs. Let it go. Right leg lifts up and back. Exhale, right leg steps in, low lunge, stay. Inhale, standing splits, left leg lifts. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold is your release. Inhale, left leg up, light vertical splits. Step your left leg back, left knee goes down, exhale. Inhale, arms up along the ears. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, bring it back. Back to front, inhale, plant your hands. Downward facing dog, step back. Left leg lifts up and back long. Exhale, step your left foot in, stay. Inhale, right leg lift, standing splits. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat, forward fold. Inhale to Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Right leg inhales up, light vertical splits. Exhale, step your right foot back, right knee goes down. Inhale, arms up along the ears. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, bring the hips back, lift the chest. Back to front with your breath, plant your hands. Downward facing dog here. High on the tippy toes. Knees bend, look where you're going, step or float, landing lightly in front of your space. Halfway up, crawl your chest. Exhale, fold. One more, halfway up, crawl the chest. Plant your hands, Bakasana, crow pose. I'd say 3 to 5-ish, 7 breaths. Notice where you find yourself. Run through the back, hollow out the belly. Feet active, heels in towards your seat, toes in towards each other. Whenever you're ready, you step or float back through your chaturanga. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Oh, it's so good to have 2 humans breathing with me. Another inhale. Out of your mouth, let it go. Right leg lifts up and back, long inhale. Exhale, step your foot in, low lunge. Inhale, standing splits, left leg lifts. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Diver pose, tippy toes, arms go along your body. Inhale, back to chair pose. Forward fold is your release. Right leg inhales up, light vertical splits. Step your right foot back, right knee grounds onto the mat. Inhale, arms up along the ears. Arms go down, frame the foot. Hips go back, half splits. Back to front, plant your hands, tuck the toe. Downward facing dog, step it back. Left leg inhales up and back. Step it between your hands. Inhale, right leg up, fire your right glute as you lift your right leg. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, tippy toes, airplane arms, diver's pose. Back to chair pose, inhale, belly tight. Exhale, empty your breath, forward fold. Right leg up, light vertical splits. Exhale, step your right foot back, right knee goes down. Inhale, fluffy through the heart, arms up. Exhale, arms go down. Half splits, hips go back, lengthen, feel the hamstring. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog, step it back. Tippy toes, inhale. Exhale, knees bend, look where you're going, step or float. Landing lightly. Halfway up, crawl your chest. Exhale, hold. One more, halfway up. Plant your hands, Bakasana, handstand practice, couple hops here. Again, I'd say 3 to 5, at the most 7 breaths. Just gonna check in. Looks good. No, one of the phone was ringing, but I don't know which one. I thought I muted them both, but guess I didn't. I thought I did. All right, downward facing dog is where we meet. Moving on. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Again, breath in long through the arms, weight in your heels. Out of your mouth, let it go. Inhale, right leg goes up and long. Exhale, right foot steps in. Inhale, left leg up, standing splits. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale, chair pose. All feel free to substitute. Exhale, tippy toes. Divers, arms go along. Lift the chest up. Heels down, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, empty your breath. Release the head and neck. Right leg goes up, light vertical splits. Listen. Left knee bends, step it back. Warrior one legs. Inhale, arms up over the head. Warrior one. Stay for exhale. Find the posture. Inhale, pressure outer edge of your right foot. Interlace your hands at the low back. Lift up through the chest. Keep the foundation. Exhale directly forward, humble warrior. Take an inhale here. Release the head and neck. Exhale, keep pushing the right hip forward. Inhale, slowly rise up over the head. Arms go down, standing splits, right leg lifts. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana or a crow pose. Exhale, diver's pose, tippy toes, arms. Yes, back to chair pose, inhale. Arms go down, forward fold. Which side are we on? Right side. Left leg lifts, light vertical splits. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Step your left foot all the way back. Left knee goes down. Inhale, arms up over your head. Arms go down, frame the foot. Thank you, Wonder Woman. Hips go back, half splits, chest lifts. Back to front with your breath. Plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left leg lifts, up and back, long. Left leg steps in, low lunge. Inhale, right leg up, standing splits. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale to chair pose or Bakasana or a handstand. Diver pose, tippy toes if you're with us. Inhale, back to heels, arms up, chair pose. Forward fold is your release. Right leg goes up, light vertical splits. Step your right foot back. Warrior one legs. Inhale, arms rise. Warrior one. Stay for exhale. Another breath in. Interlace your hands at the low back. Lift up through the chest. Exhale forward to humble warrior. Stay for inhale. Stay for exhale. Back up, arms rise over the head. Arms go down. Right leg lift, standing splits. 10 toes on the mat. Again, chair, handstand, or Bakasana. Chair pose, inhale. Diver's pose, tippy toes, lift the chest. Back onto your heels, inhale. Forward fold is your release where we meet. Right leg goes up, light vertical splits. Step your right foot back, right knee goes down. Arms up along your ears, inhale, find your crescent moon. Arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, hips go back, chest lifts. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog is where we meet. High on the tippy toes. Knees bend, look where you're going. Step or float, front of your space. Halfway up, crawl your chest. Exhale, fold. One more, halfway up, curl your chest. Exhale, fold, and stay, you guys, for a moment. So separate your feet about hip width or 2 fist distance. Couple of options here, Padahastasana or Padagustasana. Peace finger around your big toe or step your hands underneath your feet, whichever one you choose. Take a moment, let the sit bones open up. Don't be afraid to bend your knees. It's still yoga if you bend your knees, I promise. I promise you. Just connect with your breath. Feel the back of your legs. Oh. Notice where you are. Slowly release the feet. Hands onto the shins. Crawl your chest halfway up. Pause right there. Now notice how the halfway lift Uttanasana is different. Or this is Ardha Uttanasana. From forward fold. So a little bit of a lift through the chest, crown of the head reaches the legs are a little more straight. Engagement through the belly. Lengthening, there is activity in this posture. Another inhale here. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Beautiful. One more, halfway up, flat back, plant your hands, step or float through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog, find it. Beautiful. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Check in with the armpits, lengthen through the arms. Another breath in, inhale. Out of your mouth, let it go. Right leg up, inhale, up and back, pull it long. Right leg steps all the way in, exhale. Inhale, left leg up, standing splits. 10 toes on the mat. Chair pose, Bakasana or handstand, inhale. Diver's pose, steepy toes, Bakasana handstands, you have time. Back onto your heels, inhale, chair pose. Forward fold is your release. Left leg inhales up, light vertical splits. Step your left foot long, step back. Warrior 2 is going to be your inhale. Up and over, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to extend it with your breath, one movement. Again, all the way to reverse, up and over. And then all the way to extend it one more time. Beautiful. Back to warrior 2, neutral. Arms go to a T. Straighten your right leg. Sass your left hip back. Reach, reach, reach. Trikonasana coming down. Breath in and out. Stack your body, lift. Keep your right side supported. Thighs scissoring towards each other. Look down for balance. Right knee bends up and over, reverse. Arms go down, standing splits. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Again, chair Bakasana or handstand. Inhale into it. Exhale, stay, whatever you're doing. One more inhale here. Forward fold is your release. Left leg lifts, light vertical splits. Step it back, warrior 1 legs. Inhale, arms rise, warrior 1. Interlace your hands at the low back. Lift up through the chest. Exhale to humble warrior. Inhale, back up, arms rise over your head. Arms go down, standing splits, left leg lifts. 10 toes on the mat is your exhale. Option handstand, Bakasana chair, inhale. Whatever you're doing, exhale. Another inhale waiting for you. Exhale, forward fold is where we meet. Left leg lifts up, light vertical splits, inhale. Step your left foot all the way back, left knee finds the mat. Inhale, arms up along the ears. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, hips go back with your breath, stay active. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up and back, a little bit more of a flow. Exhale your left foot between your hands. Inhale your right leg up, standing splits. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Inhale into chair, handstand, or a crow pose. Stay for the exhale. Another inhale here waiting for you. Forward fold is where we meet, exhale. Right leg lifts up, light vertical splits. Left knee bends, big, big, big step back, warrior two legs, exhale. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Stay for exhale. Up and over, reverse, lift your left side up. Dance your warrior, exhale to extend it. Inhale, back to reverse. Exhale to extend it. Warrior two is where we meet. Straighten your left leg, set your right hip back. Reach, reach, reach. Trikonasana. Take a moment to arrive. Breathe. Look down for balance. Left knee bends. Back to warrior two. Up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Arms go down. Standing splits. Right leg lifts. Inhale here. 10 toes on the mat. Exhale. Inhale, chair, crow, or a handstand. Exhale, whatever you're doing. Inhale again. Forward fold is where we meet. Exhale. Right leg lifts up, light vertical splits. Exhale, right leg steps back, warrior one legs. Inhale, up to warrior one. Exhale, interlace your hands at the low back. Uplift through the chest, inhale. Exhale, forward to humble warrior. Stay for inhale. Release the head and neck, exhale. Inhale brings you back up, warrior one. Arms go down, standing splits, right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, 10 toes on the mat. Again, crow, handstand, chair, inhale. Exhale, waits for you here. Another inhale. Forward fold is your release. Right leg lifts, light vertical splits, inhale. Step your right foot back, right knee down, exhale. Inhale, arms climb up along the ears. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot. Half splits, hips go back, stretch the front foot. Back to front, plant your hands. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Inhale here, high on the tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look where you're going, step or float in front of your space. Halfway lift, crawl your chest up. Exhale, fold. One more just like that, halfway up, find some length. Exhale, fold, stay, separate your feet a bit. Again, if you have a peace fingers or if you want to step into your feet or if you want to grab opposite elbows behind your legs, that's fine too. Just take a moment to feel your standing forward fold. Mine feels really tight today for some reason. I love standing forward fold. It's one of my favorite stretches, but it's feeling a little challenging today. Whew. Wherever you are, complete your exhale. Inhale brings you halfway up. Pause here. Notice if you can lengthen through your neck a little bit more, crown of the head reaching forward. Shoulder blades gently pulling in towards each other. Hollow out the belly, straight-ish legs. Notice the weight distribution. Another inhale here. Exhale, fold. Halfway up with your breath. Plant your hands, step or float. through your vinyasa, whatever that looks like for you. If you want to skip it all together, that's fine too. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Just take a breath in here, and that's the 50 portion of the flow. Moving on to the more challenging stretchy part. So slowly drop down to your knees, cross your feet behind you, sit your butt behind your legs, and extend your legs forward. Alright, so right knee comes in, and then drop it out to the side, push your foot into your inner thigh. Now notice whether the hip opened. I would prefer we keep it closed for the time being. And again, I always like to do a forward fold of some kind, all kinds of variation. This time is this particular kind. So arms reach up over your head, find a little length through your waistline, maybe lift up a little taller in towards the sky, hollow out the belly. The front foot is flexed just for now. Start hinging at the waist, coming forward, finding your way. Grabbing the shin, the ankle, or the foot. If you would use your arms for just a couple breath cycles. Inhale, you lift your chest up, you pull by the foot. Exhale, you stay and soften a little bit. But you remain engaged, you keep the activity going on. So active stretch. One more breath cycle here, exactly as you are. And then another big inhale here. And then slowly release. So the yin part of the practice begins now. You give in to gravity. Gravity pulls you down. And then you stay in it. Notice it takes a little, it takes some time for you to soften into the shape. Let the shape kind of show up in front of you. Let it evolve. Just follow the outline of the shape as best as you can. Leaning into the softening. So if the left foot happens to kind of roll out a little bit, that's totally fine, give in to that. If it doesn't, that's fine. But it's kind of soft, you're definitely not pulling in, you're not flexing your foot anymore. So just notice what that looks like for you, what it feels like, where it feels like. Notice if there's any heat that is spreading through perhaps the back of your knee, maybe a little bit through the hamstring, or maybe even the pull through your glutes into the back. Notice the heavier you let your head go, what happens through your backside. Notice if you're using your arms to kind of push yourself up a little bit and support yourself. And if you're doing that, try to release, try to soften. Everything is given into gravity. Every part of you is given into gravity. Keep scanning your body, noticing if you're subconsciously holding tension anywhere. And it's not necessarily even a tension, it's just muscular engagement. There are moments where we just kind of stiff in a certain place. So you're scanning for that particular engagement that you're holding through. Could be anywhere, could be at your jaw, could be at your groins, your inner thighs, could be through your arms, through your fists, through your shoulders, could be anywhere. You gotta give your body time to soften. which is why yin is so hard. Because without the appropriate length of time, it will not happen. And if you don't soften enough, you will not get into the parts that we're targeting. Connective tissue, fascia, myofascia. Requires your willingness to release, not in a restorative way. So in restorative yoga, you're trying to get comfortable. You're using props to support yourself to relieve pressure. In yin, you are consciously trying to work with gravity. You are getting deeper and deeper into the stretch by using gravity and your own body weight. We do use props in yin, but in order to enhance the posture, not in order to make amendments in a way to be more comfortable, if that makes any sense. Notice how hard it is for the mind to stay paying attention to body sensations and to breath, or if you just go on someplace else. That's another difficult part of yin practice, trying to maintain your mind connection to the body. That's not to say that it's not okay to think, but you just want to be aware and mindful of where your mind goes, and perhaps follow it a tad and then bring it back. But the goal here is to pay attention to how your body is leaning in and playing with the edge of the posture. If you would complete your exhale, inhale starts bringing you up very, very slowly. As soon as you tap into yin, it's like a slow-mo, snail pace. And as you come up, just gently bend the left knee. Just bring just a little bit of a release into the foot. Just notice how the sensation is returning on its own. Just let it do whatever it is doing, noticing how it feels. And then slowly taking your right foot extended back out. Now maybe comparing the feel in the two sides. The leg that was extended feels probably slightly different than the leg that was bent. So pausing here. And then slowly the left knee bends, you bring the left foot in. Let the left knee drop down, the sole of the foot presses in towards the inner thigh. Finding the sits bone again, trying to keep the hips close, so you're pulling the right hip backwards, the left hip still stays up. Arms reach up over the head, lengthen through the waistline, lift up through the rib cage. Inhale here. Exhale, hinging at the waist, finding a way to your shin, ankle, or toes. We stay for 3 breath cycles in active forward fold. So using the hands and the biceps to pull your upper body up and forward towards your toes. So the upper back stays flat. Notice if your right hip is pulling under and back. Feel the heat that starts spreading at the back of the knee up through your hamstring. Roll around your right glute in towards the sits bones attachment. Finish here another cycle. Big inhale in here. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, you start releasing. Releasing the foot flexion. Releasing the leg engagement. Releasing the head and neck. Release the belly. Give in to gravity. noticing how it feels on this side, because it may be very different. Again, scanning body for engagement that you're subconsciously holding on to, or tension or tightness. But it's more stiffness in my mind that you're actually creating. So whenever you detect that, you purposefully soften that particular body part. You give in to gravity. Notice as a space shows up, which it will over time, it will always show up. And then you allow your body to lean into that space slowly and gently. So you continue to play with the edge of the posture as it's evolving, as it's showing up in front of you. And sometimes it'll come a little closer and sometimes it'll go a little farther away. And you're just trying to follow that. Leaning in, if you need to lean, like if you need to back out a little, you do that. But it's kind of subtle. It's like nothing is happening. It's way more internal. It's definitely not visible to the naked eye. But you can feel it. Tune into the sensations. Your body is continuously talking to you. You notice where your mind goes. Can you stay present for yourself? Solar part of the porch yoga, you guys. You have effectively been covered in the sun and it's hot. Alright, complete your exhale and then slowly begin to come up again. Again, snail pace, slow mode, using the arms. Coming back up, noticing, pausing here first, maybe micro bend through the front knee. Just letting the sensations naturally return to your body. You always pause for a moment. And then bringing the left leg in, extending it back out, noticing whether now you feel even or what happened and where. I love folds. Folds are like my favorite. They are a must too, and they're so good for you. And it's funny because when you start doing this with any level of regularity. Alright, so we are gonna turn around because we need to get our heads in a shape, but you guys stay where you are. If you have pillows or a bolsters, take the pillow, so we're gonna just turn around this way. And then find the pillow or bolster if you have it. I have pillows. My sidekicks have bolsters. We're gonna start on the right side first. So turn yourself towards the side, plug the bolster in towards your hip. And then, because I feel like we need to side stretch, twist a little bit and stretch. So option number 1, you just lay sideways and maybe that's where you stay. Option number 2, your chest comes forward and down. Gaze stays towards the same orientation as the legs. That's option number 2. Option number 3, even a little extra more length and then turning your gaze away from your legs. So wherever you find yourself, and this one may feel a little more restorative, but it's kind of both. Again, you're leaning in, playing with the edge, so maybe if you are in the middle position, your gaze facing towards your legs, maybe halfway through you feel like you have discovered some space. Perhaps you create a little extra lift and then you turn the gaze the other way. So kind of follow your body guidance. Another difficult part of yin practice is to overcome the urge or the need to do, right? It feels like if we're not moving, if we're not generating heat, if we're not increasing heart rate, it feels like we're not doing enough. It feels like it is not a sufficient workout, right? Which is why I really, really love the 50-50 format, because you get a little bit of both. So you get a little bit of a heart rate and then you get the stretch as well. But that's one of the challenges of yin, to be okay with the fact that you're sitting in something, marinating, and that is actually work, and recognizing the fact and valuing the fact that that is work. Because it is. And you can get sore from yin. Keep watching the spine. Notice how it rings. Imagine it lengthening. Finish your exhale completely. Slowly drag your arms underneath your shoulders and use them to gently lift yourself up. You're gonna return back in towards the center, so the pillows or bolsters are behind you. And then you're gonna slowly turn around to the other side. Again, kind of plugging the bolster pillows into your hip, and then slowly start your way back down. Whatever option you decide to take, maybe when the space shows up, you will move into it as it shows up. Natural breath as best as you can. Stay connected to your breath. Keep scanning the body for tension. I think this is one of the postures that it's a little easier to lean into than some others. For me anyway. But be aware of those little spots of yours that have a tendency to stay engaged in some way, shape, or form. We all have those places. You just need to find them. And then once you discover them, you kind of keep going back to them, noticing if they re-engage after you soften them. You just repeat the process kind of over and over again, creating rather the opportunity for space to show up. Notice what that practice does for you, how it resonates with you, whether it seems to be working out, especially in the middle of the day. If you haven't done this before, the 50-50 format, maybe you find it very useful. Notice where you are, notice where your mind is. Shift your attention to the breath if you lost the sight of it. And then slowly bringing your hands underneath the shoulders. Use the hands to push your body back up. And then slowly unfurl or turn back in towards your feet. Move the well, you can keep the bolsters if you want. If you want a regular shavasana, so you have option. If you're going for regular shavasana, just remove the bolsters, or you can also use it, for Shavasana purposes. And then from here you will lower down onto your backs. Whether you decide to opt for Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide out, or whether you decide to extend the legs, the bolster really helps with opening through the chest, letting the heart come through, soften through the shoulders. Another way, the pecs, just a little stretch again, gravity, letting gravity pull you, and this can be very vulnerable posture for some of us. Kind of allowing the heart to just be on display like that. So just notice if you feel a little uncomfortable. It may be simply because you're exposing your heart wide open. That may feel a little scary, actually. Especially if you're not used to doing that open, heart open motion. And I would invite you to extend gratitude towards yourself for showing up on your mat whatever way it happened. Whether you did part of it or whether you did none of it, it does not matter. You have showed up in a way that was appropriate for you. And even though that may not be the way that you would like it to happen, just extending a little bit of acceptance for whatever it was. It is not perfect, hardly ever. It is what it is. Sometimes just the mere showing up and not doing anything may be enough for the day. So wherever you are, try to find some peace with that. Becomes so hard to practice on our own, even though we're slowly perhaps reopening. It doesn't look like the studios are going to open anytime soon, so I guess we're stuck with the porch yoga for a while. Again, as I mentioned earlier and yesterday, I'll be opening up 1 or 2 spots in every class. So if you are local and you would like to join us, you feel comfortable joining us on the porch, do let me know. I will pencil you in. Maybe that will help with a little bit of a group energy, if you will. And as usual, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will leave you in Shavasana. Stay as long as you need. If there's anything you may need, please do reach out. Questions, feedback, suggestions, requests, spots on the porch, do let me know. Perhaps in your mind's eye, you bring your hands to heart center. Again, showing gratitude first and foremost to yourselves for showing up in whatever way happened. Mindfulness into the breath space, into the heart space, and the sacred that unites us all. I thank you guys all so much always for trying to keep up with your practice. Please know that it's difficult and it's okay to be that way. From my heart to yours, always from my mat to yours, from my super hot sunny porch to wherever you are. Thank you to my trusted sidekicks for showing up. Namaste.